welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing the games on Super Wildcard Saturday for 2024, the 2023-24 NFL season. Of course, Cleveland Browns 14, Houston Texans 45, and Miami Dolphins 7, Kansas City Chiefs 26. We had an entertaining ass-kicking and a boring ass-kicking. Both the home teams won tonight. The Cleveland Browns fall absolutely limp after their Cinderella run to get to the playoffs, and Joe Flacco showing he's still elite, at least when it came to pre-playoffs. Now, no, Houston got their get back with C.J. Stroud. Miami, on the other hand, well, I guess cold weather does mean Kansas City were the favorites here. They barely did well offensively anyway, but at least they scored 4 field goals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yes. 4 field goals and 2 touchdowns. Yes. And 1 touchdown for the Dolphins. We'll start with Cleveland versus Houston because that was the first one played. In the first quarter, we have Kymie Fairbairn scoring a 21-yard field goal. 0-3 Houston. Kareem Hunt gets the lead for Cleveland. One of the only leads they would have. One of the only 2 leads they would have, with a 1-yard touchdown run, punches it in, 7-3. Nico Collins, 15-yard touchdown catch, 7-10. C.J. Stroud is just absolutely dotting it. He really is at this point. So that's the end of the first quarter, 7-10, Houston. Second quarter, Kareem Hunt, 11-yard touchdown catch, finds his way into the end zone, 14-10, Cleveland. But from there on, it's all Houston. Brevin Jordan with a 76-yard touchdown catch, 14-17. Absolutely burns the whole Cleveland defense. Dalton Schultz with a 37-yard touchdown catch. A dot to Dalton Schultz, who was a Cowboy last year, now a Texan. Loves Texas, doesn't he? 14-24 at the half. It is 14-24. Third quarter, 2 pick sixes. Steven Nelson with a pick six, 14-31. Joe Flacco throws 2 pick sixes in 1 quarter, and that pretty much just puts the Cleveland Browns to bed. Christian Harris with the other to make it 14-38. Then Derek Singletary, formerly of the Bills, now the Texans, with a 19-yard touchdown run, barrels his way into the end zone, and they call him Tank for a reason. 14-45, and that's the end of the game. 14-45. I was wrong about this one. Thought Cleveland would win. They didn't. They did not want to play. People said, oh, nobody wants to play the Browns. No, the Browns didn't even want to play themselves. So, there you go. So that's where we are going into tonight. The Houston Texans are for real. This kind of reminds me of the Bengals a couple of years ago. This reminds me of the Bengals in 2022, 21-22. The Texans are for real. They got a pretty damn good team. They got a good defense. They got a great quarterback, a great young quarterback who has a good rapport with his wide receivers and running backs. C.J. Stroud is him. He's good. Real damn good. People were like, oh, he's a rookie. They got into the playoffs. Good for them. That's about it. No, C.J. Stroud is him personified. That kid is good. Good. Nah, better than good. Great. It's like Joe Burrow in 2022. It's like, I knew he was good in college, and I knew he was playing good this year, but I didn't realize he was this good. Oh, yeah, he is this good. Player of the game, C.J. Stroud. That man was unfazed. Unfazed. Dude knew what he needed to do, and he just wanted to drop dimes. He was dropping dimes like he was Damian Lillard. I know, 2 different sports, but Dame Dollar dropping dimes, you get it. Dude just dropped dimes, dropping dimes. Perfect passes. Air yards. Out the wazoo. Perfect passes. The kid, he is a kid against an elite 40-something-year-old, maybe 38. Maybe Joe Flacco isn't that old, but he's still elite. Old head, right? Thought he was back. Joe Flacco went, oh yeah, he was back to his old self. Baking up turnovers. The Browns' defense wasn't there except for JOK. That's about it. Garrett wasn't. Miles, he wasn't there. Martin Emerson, I'm embarrassed to be a Mississippi State fan. What are you doing, man? Got burnt like burnt toast. Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, JOK was the only good player on the Browns defense. That man tried. He's a dog. He is a dog. Other than that, wow. Hell, the offense didn't really try either, but Kareem Hunt, he tried. Amari Cooper, he tried. Flacco tried to play hero ball, and, well, it got him where it got him. Houston deserved to win. I was wrong about this one. I didn't think they would win. They win. Most likely they'll play Baltimore unless the Steelers could pull the upset of all upsets on Monday night because it got moved. So I don't have to wake up that early. That's nice. That's nice. But, yeah, if they pull up the upset of all upsets, the Texans will be going to Kansas City, which is where we thought their franchise was killed. Maybe they could get some revenge there as well. With that being said, if, of course, the Buffalo Bills do win, Buffalo would host Kansas City. Houston would go to Baltimore, and I think Houston could beat Baltimore. Call me crazy, but I think they could beat Baltimore. Hell, I think they could beat Kansas City at this point. But Houston, you got a good future ahead of you. Now, Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I really ain't got much to say about this one, to be completely honest. First quarter, Rashee Rice with an 11-yard touchdown catch finds his way into the end zone. Gets the yards after catch, 0-7. Harrison Butker with a 28-yard field goal to make it 0-10. Tyreek Hill with a 53-yard touchdown catch, a dot from Tua Tagovailoa to make it 7-10. And that's all the Dolphins would get because they played like punks. But we'll get there. Harrison Butker with another field goal, 26-yard field goal to make it 7-13. Harrison Butker with a 32-yard field goal to make it 7-16. Halftime, 7-16 Chiefs. Third quarter, Harrison Butker, 21-yard field goal, 7-19. Then Isaiah Pacheco, the great touchdown robber. I won't do that joke fully again. Go watch the best of reel last year. Done. Pops up pretty early. I won't make the delocated joke completely again. Isaiah Pacheco with a 3-yard touchdown rush, punches it in to make it 7-26, and that's the way it would end. Kansas City. Again, another one I was wrong about. I was wrong about both games, both my predictions today. The Texans curb stomp the Cleveland Browns, and Kansas City somehow wakes up from they played possum all year. I didn't think they went murder death kill, not yet at least. But they did have some moments offensively where it was like, okay, maybe their offense is more than just inept. They can actually catch balls more likely than they would catch COVID. Okay, sure. So, if they could keep on doing that, maybe they will go full murder, death, kill. Like Man City with Kevin De Bruyne coming back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were always supposed to go full murder, death, kill mode and then go to the Super Bowl again. I'm not saying they will. For a while there, it looked like they were about to. Of course, a lot of these points came from Harrison Butker. But at least there were passes that were caught, unlike the regular season. So, Patrick Mahomes actually played a pretty good game. Player of the game is Harrison Butker because, 5 field goals. Most of your points. I know they got 2 touchdowns, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But, makes the game look more dominant. So, Harrison Butker, hats off to you. Player of the game. Miami, I expected better from you. Even with the weather being cold as hell and somewhat snowy, I thought, you know what, Miami? Kansas City's fraudulent as hell. Miami could get this done. Hell no, they couldn't. No. Tua Tagovailoa. More like Tua turned the ball over. Jesus Christ, man. Tua. He's not a franchise quarterback. I'm sorry. He's good against crap teams. He's horrible against good teams. He's like the worst version of Dak Prescott, pretty much. And I love Dak for obvious reasons. Again, Mississippi State fan made us relevant. I love Dak Prescott. But hey, at least Dak Prescott has beaten good teams. Tua Tagovailoa has not beaten a good team in his whole career. And I feel sorry for him because, of course, his concussion situation last year, I felt sorry for him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I like Tua as a person. And I hate that he had the concussion problems. He's had a lot of injuries. He is injury prone. His shoulder's screwed up right now, I think. Personally, from what I can tell. Tua's a good guy. But Jesus Christ, he is not a franchise quarterback. He is not. That he is not. Now you're saying, but what are Miami going to do? I don't know. You ain't winning with them, though. Yeah, you still have Tyreek. But we have a lot of injuries as well. Fine, sure. You still played like punks. This is the playoffs. Okay, so pitch the ball off to A-Chain 3 times and throw to Tyreek Hill once. Yay, great. Does that win you a game? No. What was that game plan? I mean, Jesus Christ. I know it's cold as shit. I know it's cold. But I get it. But you have the best wide receiver in the NFL, or one of the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL. You have one of the better rookie running backs. And you pull that. And the defense, again, a lot of injuries. I get it. Jalen Ramsey was your only big starter there. Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, Kansas City didn't do much besides 5 field goals and 2 touchdowns. And they weren't big shots. They were intermediate shots that you probably could give up. Okay, sure. I guess it's not so bad looking at it, but oh wait, you still lost the playoff game. Miami. Where was the Miami who had Skylar Thompson almost beat the Buffalo Bills last year? Oh, by the way, also in the cold. So don't give me that excuse that you can't play in the cold. Because y'all were way closer to beating the Buffalo Bills last year, who were about as fraudulent as the Chiefs are this year and still are as fraudulent, maybe more. With Skylar Thompson. Yeah, no, Tua's not a freaking franchise quarterback. My point being is, don't give me that excuse that you can't play in the cold weather, because you already did last year, and you were a lot closer to beating Buffalo than you were Kansas City. Oh, by the way, again, Skylar Thompson. Okay. Miami, until further notice, you are fraudulent. You are truly and utterly losing to a fraudulent team like the Kansas City Chiefs. This year's Kansas City Chiefs. Not overall, but this year's. You are, until further notice, fraudulent. I do not care if you go 15-2 next year. I do not care. No. You go 15-2 next year. I don't care if you win the division. Yeah, the Patriots aren't. I don't care if you win the division. You are still fraudulent until you win a playoff game, preferably on the road. But if you're 15-2, that means you won't go on the road unless, well, Lamar Jackson goes undefeated. But could happen. Or C.J. Stroud. Could happen. Or 16-1. Could happen. Could happen. I wouldn't put it past him. Or Joe Burrow. Wouldn't put it past him. You are fraudulent until further notice. Mike McDaniel. Tua Tagovailoa. Miami Dolphins. You are fraudulent until further notice. I do not want to hear you talk. I do not want to hear you talk about how good you are. This year, you blew the division on week 18 thanks to losing to the Bills twice, who, oh, need I remind you, they suck too. They're fraudulent too. Oh, but hey, at least they got rid of their offensive coordinator and changed it to Joe Brady, and they've been able to run the ball more, and Josh Allen, in spite of himself, has made some good throws. And somehow won all those games in a row to come back and win the division. They're hot right now. They're fraudulent, but they're hot right now. They'll still beat the Steelers. The Steelers suck. But, I mean, yeah, it's a snow game, so they have a chance, the Steelers do, because it's a snow game. And while the Steelers' offense can't do nothing, but maybe the Bills' offense is just as impotent. We'll find out on Monday, and I'll touch on it. I'm not going to completely review that game. The RSR is basically going to be Tampa-Philly, but I will touch on the Buffalo-Steelers game. I'm still going to watch it. I'll touch on it, say my prediction was right, say a couple of things about it, then get to the meat and potatoes on Monday, because that's what we always expected to do. So, back to my point. Miami. You blew the division. You played worse in cold weather with your franchise quarterback than you did last year against a fraudulent team without your franchise quarterback. Remind me how that works? Like, what? Huh? You suck. You get that, right? Man, the AFC East is a joke. Oh, by the way, who's to say you're even in the playoff hunt next year? Okay, you know the Patriots are not going to be a problem. You know that right now, and I know that right now. What I do know is Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and he's probably... I'm sure he'll do pretty good. I can't believe I'm backing the Jets to knock out the Dolphins. Ugh, I hate being horrible. I hate the Patriots being horrible. I feel weird. All I know is the good Patriots. I feel weird. Wolff, man. Oh, Miami, you may not even be in the playoffs next year. So, yeah. Win about 13, 14, 15 games and win a playoff game, then we'll talk. But for now, you are not on fraud watch. You are frauds. Good. Kansas City, you got lucky. You got a team who's just as fraudulent as you, playing in cold weather, and you did just enough. Do I think you're going to go any deeper? No. And if you go to Buffalo... Oh, wait, it's Fraud Bowl. Well, another Fraud Bowl for them, but... Well, at least Buffalo's playing at home. Well, then again, they were playing Cincinnati at home last year, and we saw how that turned out, so... Let's see what they do on Monday. Because you kind of could tell after the Dolphins fiasco in the wild card round last year at home, they blew it at home in the divisional round. So, yeah, we'll wait. But Kansas City, you might just luck your way into an AFC championship when you have no reason to be there. I hope it's the Texans that face you in the AFC championship at Arrowhead. Not you in Baltimore against the Ravens. Because I would actually have to root for the Chiefs then. And we know they're not beating the Ravens. Oof, Madon. Come on, CJ Stroud, do your job. But with that being said, Kansas City, I mean, that was milquetoast, but you did enough. So good for you, I guess. So, I was wrong about both predictions tonight. 0-2 on the night with 4 more to go. So at best I could be 4-6 during the wild card round. And 9 out of 13 on my full prediction bracket. Of course, I'll still predict the divisional round as it is when it... You know what that is. With that being said, though, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us a play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for a live watch along of the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, I will review both games once within the hour. It'll be up once the Rams-Lions game is over. So I will go live for Dallas, Green Bay. Then I'll end that. Then I will watch Rams-Lions. Then after that's over, I will do a double review for both Sunday games. It would have been all 3 had the Bills-Steelers game not been postponed. But now it's just 2, which is good for me, so I can sleep in a little bit longer. That's great. I only got like 3 hours of sleep today. I know. Great. But, live, wait, RSR at the end of both games. Then on Monday, of course, I will do a live for Tampa, Philly, and review that and touch on Bills, Steelers, but it's not going to be more than 2 minutes of that review. But we'll start it with that, and we'll touch on it. I'll say if I was right about my prediction, say what I got to say. I don't think there'll be much to say because it's Bills, Steelers, and both offenses are inept, and it's a snow game, so there'll probably be barely anything to say. I'll just be like, yeah, I was right, or I was wrong. I'm worried for the Bills, yada, yada, or something like that. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Kansas City. Congratulations, Houston. Commiserations, Cleveland. And commiserations, Miami. See you later. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace.